Do you think we're kind? Not me and Dan. Of course you think we're kind. Do you think Americans are kind? 651 461 9226. I have always maintained, even though I think that people are ruder than ever. Well, let me say this differently. Rude people are ruder than ever. Most people are kind, caring, and giving. You tell me if I'm right or wrong. 651 461 9226. A clear majority of Americans told Gallup poll that they see kindness prevailing. Now, there are differences in who's kinder than others. And I'm not surprised to see that younger adults are more nervous to initiate kind acts towards strangers than older adults. And this is because younger adults are more nervous about everything. I'm not sure what screwed up you youngsters. Is it us? Probably. It's the Gen X. Is it your Gen X? Oh my gosh. Did we screw up these kids? Are all these kids so awkward and weird because of us? I don't think so. I do think kindness does prevail, and I do think that even in our sort of politically polarized world, I don't know, man. I think given the opportunity, most people choose to do something good. Maybe it would help if you guys shared the last act of kindness that either you saw or you took part in or you were a receiver of at 651 461 9226. I'll give you an example in my life. Last night at my apartment building, I hosted a happy hour. And so it was part of like the residential, like the resident appreciation week. And so the people who run the apartment are like, well, you're famous. And some of our residents, I was just seeing if Cook was paying attention there, if he was going to laugh or not. So they asked me to host this happy hour because it's whatever. It was great. So I posted online that I was doing this, and just like if you were interested in this apartment building, you come check it out. And I get an Instagram message from one of my followers who says, hey, do you need any beer for this happy hour you're posting? And this was Tony Moline, who used to be the general manager of the Bulldog in Lower Town. And now he works for Surly. And he's like, my employer would donate some beer for it. And so Tony comes over to my apartment building 2 days ago and brings me, I don't know, 4 cases of beer. It's so nice, right? And certainly, like, I didn't know that we were going to talk about this today. This is no sort of quid pro quo. He wasn't trying to get anything. He was like, hey, that sounds fun. Like you're doing something nice in downtown St. Paul. He lives in downtown St. Paul. He was like, I'll just come drop it off. That's nice. Like that is a relatively random act of kindness, I would say. 651 461 9226. Most Americans are way kinder than you and your flunky.
How dare you?
I mean, are you offended at being called?
I already
my
texted
flunky?
back that it should have been Mr. Flunky. Thank you very much.
I kind of like thinking of you as my flunky.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
I kind of like free car washes, so it all works out.
Is that my random act of kindness? For how many years have I been paying for your car washes?
More than I expected. So thank you.
I mean, the bill just shows up and Alyssa stopped asking about it. So I just keep paying it.
Kind of so did I. I figured I asked like 2 or 3 times. That's that's the kind thing to do.
Right.
I asked to take it over and you said no. And so I said, okay.
You know what would be kind is if we could
have some medication for that.
If you're watching on the live stream, this has been driving me nuts.
I swear I'm going to make that into a short later today. So I'm going to go back to doing it just to do that.
Just for that. So we have this microphone is on like a big boom. And why? Why do we need this on this big spring?
Well, you've got to get it over the monitor.
What is the right way to have this? So I've got, if you watch the podcast, this thing. So the spring in this is a little aggressive. Boop. So when you take the microphone and pull it a little bit away from my mouth, it immediately springs back and hits me in the face. Now, I don't know what the best way to be on this microphone. I think these microphones in this studio sort of how does this sound on your AM radios right now, everybody?
Let me tell you something. They want you to be as close as humanly possible to them.
And for video purposes, I think this looks ridiculous.
Because you can't, you can't see your mouth.
You can't see it. So today I thought...
Texture wants to know if that's why the big voice guy says it's the biggest microphone.
It is. The biggest microphone now yes. So every time I pull it away, it comes back and hits me in the face. I mean, I don't know that people, if I take the thing.
Oh, don't do that.
Boop.
Now it's going to hurt you.
Yeah. So I thought I'd try to have this lower. So it was more.
How's that working out for you?
This is terrible radio because people don't really understand what's going on.
But it's great for driving people to the YouTube because people are driving right now and say, I got to go home and see DeRusha getting bapped in the face by a microphone.
Why can't I just have like a mic stand, like a regular, like these guys on Fox News with the mic stand on the table? And why does it need to be on this overhead? Like this isn't a Hollywood film where we need like the boom. I just think it's weird. All right. I'm sorry. I got a little distracted from the kindness. And this sort of undercuts the kindness question because you're just all too happy to laugh and laugh away at me getting hit in the face by a microphone.
I don't think that's unkind.
Texter says, Dan Cook, much kinder than DeRusha. That's probably...
Is that the same texter that called me flunky, though?
I don't get into the details.
Sure, of course you don't.
I think you're probably, you're kinder than me in certain areas. Would you say, generally speaking, you're kinder than me?
And this is going to sound like I'm dodging the question, but honestly, that's not how I think about it. I don't think about my kindness relative to anybody else's. I think you're a kind person. I try to be as kind as I can. I'm somewhat impatient. I have troubles. Chad doesn't have a problem with the microphone. Microphone doesn't hit Chad in the face.
Look, I forgot my water bottle.
He forgot his water bottle.
Yeah.
This.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about kindness, although we spent 6 minutes talking about this microphone hitting me in my face. The microphone here, they're awful. They're awful.
We need the building to basically burn down.
Have you,
with no humans in it,
at any point, have you considered starting a small fire and just seeing what happens?
I would like the microphones that we could just wear on our heads, kind of like
a
NFL head coaches and coordinators, and you could walk around the room.
I would like that. Dan,
you have to hold something up to your face,
exactly.
Make sure that they can't.
So
That's
like
right.
Common's trying to listen. I
don't want you to know all my secrets.
Block it out.
We're talking about kindness. Do you think Americans are kind?
I do.
I think so too.
I do.
The noise of like the anger out there. I just think that even the angry people, given the chance. So there's a guy on Twitter who was very argumentative with me over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I wouldn't say rude.
It's my burner.
but short. And then this guy also, when I posted that, like, I was trying to find a Jaden McDaniels Trees jersey, he's like, "I can help you out."
That's very nice.
Like, I think sometimes if you respond in a genuine way, like, I think most people, even the ones who seem like jerks, are nice.
I'll give an example just
kind.
here where we get a lot of texts, sometimes critical. And if you respond, more often than not, it's a pleasant exchange.
Right.
You can just have an honest disagreement on something and realize there's just more commonality. I think 80% of the country at least is kind. I really do.
I think so too.
And I think sometimes if you differ with somebody on key issues, too many people assume, well, you're being mean or you're rude. And there's a way to do that, but it's just honest, fair disagreements.
I agree with both of you, but I will say this. I believe we're actually less kind than we have been because we've got this social media culture out there that rewards you saying the worst possible things you can say about other human beings. And my fear is that's slowly leaking into interpersonal reactions. You say stuff online that you would never say to a human being's face, I'd like to think, except I think that's now becoming more and more a reality.
Can I quote Jason DeRush on that? He'll come in after I was apoplectic about a topic, and you'll often say, was that really a reflection of all of society? Or is that the folks who already were getting mad before and they just now have a platform to show that?
Yeah, I tend to think when you look at the data of how few people are on social media relative, and you think about it, one of the important things for us, I think, in our job is to get out into the regular world and talk to regular people.
Yes.
Because if you just respond to text and not that you guys are not regular people also, the texters, but like there are a lot of people who are in and out of information and it's not all the same. So I don't know.
Well, that's just the lonely.
Are the jerks, like, do they have a bigger microphone than they used to?
Texter makes an interesting point. They say USA voters hate immigrants, non-whites, and people from the other party. People are mean when it matters most. And I think contextualizing it, it's one thing to put the extra shopping cart away. It's another thing when you're actually dealing with stuff that affects other people's lives directly.
I think the political hatred clearly has ratcheted up, but politics is still a sliver of our life. Just because you're more vehement about politics, I don't know if that means you're more contentious in work relationships or friendships, or if you have an example to be nice to a random stranger, you're not going to do it because you're still mad at Joe Biden about open borders.
I also think we romanticize how kind in a political sense we used to be. This country has
all the time
racist, protectionist, anti-immigrant, and this is not unique to America. This is every country in the world. I think we're probably better than we used to, but it's hard to kind of get our arms around.
Let's not forget, like George H.W. Bush was viewed as a favorable, likable person. Just go back and look up that Willie Horton ad that they ran against Mike Dukakis, or pick any time. W and the disgusting racist adoption stuff with John McCain's kids. People that we viewed favorably, there's been ugly stuff in politics going forever. We just have so many outlets for it, including where we're talking right now.